From Toronto and Edmonton being hub cities for the NHL to a bubble-like scenario in Florida for the NBA, it's been a wild year of sports, but here are the top moments of 2020. Just a few weeks into the new year, the sports world lost one of the greatest basketball players to ever play the game. Five-time NBA champion Kobe Bryant, as well as his 13-year-old daughter, and several others died in a helicopter crash in California. Multiple teams postponed their games on January 26 as players, family, friends, and fans tried to grasp what happened. Just 3 days after, Canadian soccer royalty Christine Sinclair set a goal-scoring record. Sinclair became the greatest scorer in the history of international soccer, scoring her 185th international goal, the most by any male or female international soccer star. On football's biggest night, Canadian Laurent Duvernay-Tardif won a Super Bowl with the Kansas City Chiefs. He would later opt out of the 2020 NFL season to help fight coronavirus outbreaks at long-term care facilities in Quebec, putting his doctorate in medicine to use. And just a few weeks later, a Zamboni driver became a legend. Yes, that happened this year too. On February 22nd, it was a game many Leafs fans don't want to remember. Ontario-born David Ayres, who drives Zamboni for the Toronto Marlies and is also an emergency goaltender, had to step into the game for the Carolina Hurricanes and help them seal the win against the Toronto Maple Leafs.
To start the game.
Then on March 11th, the NBA made an announcement that shocked the sports world. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver announcing the suspension of the 2019-2020 season following Utah Jazz center Rudy Gobert testing positive for COVID-19. Shortly after, the NHL followed, and every major sports league around the globe postponed or canceled their seasons to try and slow down the spread of the virus. The CFL canceled their entire season, but eventually the leagues would slowly come back, but not without their challenges.
Oh, this boy is brilliant!
In August, Edmonton soccer star Alphonso Davies lifted the European Cup, and months after postponing their season, the NBA played the remainder of their season in a bubble in Florida. The Wnba would also play in a bubble-like situation in Florida, just a few hours away from where the NBA was playing. The Wnba dedicated their entire season to Breonna Taylor, a 26-year-old black woman who was killed by Louisville police in her home in March. Players in both leagues would help lead a social movement, with NBA players even joining together to stop playoff games from happening to protest the police shooting in Wisconsin of Jacob Blake, who was a young black man. Major League Baseball eventually would start their season, but the Jays couldn't play in Toronto because of government regulations due to COVID-19 concerns, and they had to transform Salem Field in Buffalo into their home for the season. The NHL would start up too, with hub cities in Toronto and Edmonton, with the Tampa Bay Lightning hoisting the cup to an empty arena. And as the year comes to an end, the NBA is back for another season, with the Raptors having to play in Tampa. The NFL is getting set for playoffs, where Canadian rookie Chase Claypool had 10 touchdowns in his first 10 games with his team, the Steelers. And the NHL is getting ready for the puck to drop in a few days, while the Jays are looking to hopefully play in Toronto in the new year. It's been a wild year in sports that we hopefully won't experience again in our lifetime. Lindsay Dunn, City News.